Ready? The meeting of the Planning Commission will come to order. Please rise and follow Commissioner Uva in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
All right, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the Deputy City Clerk please call roll?
Yes. Commissioner Uva?
Here, present.
Thank you. Commissioner Duarte?
Present.
Vice Chair Ortiz?
Present?
And Chair Owens is excused for today. We have a quorum.
Thank you. This is a time to set aside for oral communications from the Planning Commission. Does any commissioner wish to make any announcements or report on a conference, meeting, or request for future agenda items? Commissioner Uva?
Nothing for me to report.
Commissioner Duarte?
Nothing for me.
I do have one question for staff. I've been noticing a lot of trash, in particular in areas where there's like apartments. Is there anything we can address or talk to in regards to that?
Sure, that's actually something that one of your council subcommittees has also been noticing and brought to staff's attention very recently. So what staff is doing right now is we're looking into potentially talking to educating property owners with multifamily properties, also looking at doing maybe some type of quarterly system, trying to see logistically what would make sense to try to alleviate that issue.
All right, cool. Anything we can do in particular?
At this time, the direction is on staff's end, and one of the things that we're going to try to do is also work with our Public Works Department to talk to the trash hauler and see if there's any other avenues that we can explore there.
Cool. Thank you. Does the interim community development director have any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
Does the interim community development director have any presentations for today?
No presentations tonight.
Does the interim community development director have a report on city council actions?
No reportable actions tonight.
Easy meeting today. Now, this is the time to set aside for public hearing for conditional use permit application PLN-22-00026. Does the deputy city clerk have proof of publication?
Yes, I have it right here.
Thank you. Will the interim community development director introduce staff making the presentation?
Tonight, the presentation will be given by our senior planner, Alfonso Hernandez.
Tonight, you're being asked to consider a conditional use permit to allow the sale of beer and wine at an existing gasoline service station. This is an aerial of the lot outlined in red. It is located at 12555 Paramount Boulevard at the northwest corner of Imperial and Paramount Boulevard. The property is zoned C2. The properties to the southeast and west are also zoned C2 and developed with commercial uses. The property directly north is zoned R3O and developed with condos. Here is a photo of the site along Imperial Highway. The gasoline service station has been in operation since 1986 and has 6 gas pumps, so a total of 12. The overall lot size is 24,685 square feet. The convenience store was approved in 2001. The building is 2,029 square feet and operates 24/7. The applicant is hoping to add the sale of beer and wine to the convenience store through a Type 20 ABC license. This is for off-site sale and prohibits the sale of spirits. As required by state law, sales can only occur between 6 a.m. and 2 a.m. Here's the site plan. The convenience store is identified in blue and the pumps are identified in the red box. And here's their floor plan. Outlined in red is the cooler and the display area. This is where the alcohol will be stored and displayed. In conclusion, it is staff's opinion that all findings can be made in a positive manner, and with that, I end my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Does the Planning Commission have any questions for staff? Commissioner Uva?
Is this something that comes up a lot? It's pretty common.
I would say so.
The gas stations want to add the sale of beer and wine.
I would say so, yes.
So it's very common. I just have one question. I think this might be a typo, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. On the planned sign program conditions of approval, on page, well, in our packet, it's page 12, so it would be page 2 of that. Under number 16, the sale of single cigarettes is prohibited. Is that supposed to be there?
Yes.
Okay.
We want to prohibit it from being a liquor store as much as possible, and from individuals just going in there and buying one cigarette versus buying packs of cigarettes.
So like one, that means one cigarette?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. No, that's it. That's my only dumb question.
I do have a question on Commissioner Uva. I'm sorry. You mentioned somewhere that says plan sign program.
Did I say planned sign program?
I
No,
believe-
I thought I said, hold on. I just closed. Planned sign program conditions of approval. Oh, yeah. It does say that.
It's on page 11. You're right. At the title.
See, I found a typo.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
No, sorry, that's it.
Commissioner Duarte?
Just one is, so these conditions of approval, are these pretty standard in terms of other gas stations that sell alcohol?
Yes, they're standard of gas stations, also convenient marts like 7-Eleven.
Thank you.
And I have none. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may, in light of the typo that was pointed out, we wanted to read into the record that page 4 of the proposed resolution will be modified, striking out planned sign program to read a conditional use permit, PLN 2200026, conditions of approval.
Thank you. Before I open the public hearing and call the applicant or his or her representative, this will be the time for planning commissioners to disclose any pre-hearing site visits, pre-hearing discussions that a commissioner may have had about the project. Commissioner Uva,
None.
Commissioner Duarte,
None.
and I have none. The public hearing is now open. Will the applicant or his or her representative please come forward and give testimony?
Good evening, Chair and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Sherry Olson. I'm here on behalf of GM Oil. Just wanted to give you a little history regarding that site and the sites that we do have in Downey. That site was acquired from us. I know it goes back into the 1980s, but we acquired the site back in 2005. And at that time, we decided we were going to rebuild the whole site. So we tore it all down and rebuilt it into an extra mile. So it's a beautiful store for the community. We also will be upgrading in the coming years the dispensers on the outside. So we're going to be doing another renovation and pulling up the tanks and putting new dispensers out, which is quite costly. So at all of our locations, as we're going to do this and the other site that's on the agenda tonight, we're going to be doing the same thing and pulling out and putting up the state-of-the-art dispensers for the community to use. So we're excited about, this is I believe our third store in the city of Downey, and we are very committed to the city of Downey, and we want nothing more than to keep our stores nice and clean and respectful for the community, and just keep on building on those sites. So we're excited. We do have a lot of security measures in place. We have the point of sale, so when alcohol is dispensed, it's dispensed responsibly. It stops the sale, checks ID. It's pretty common. With lockable cooler doors, we have a lot of security cameras throughout all of our sites. Probably at least over 20 on the exterior and at least about 15 on the interior. And they are very state-of-the-art security cameras, and we do work well with the police department. We do not tolerate loitering. We do not hang excessive signage up in our stores. So we want to be respectful to the neighborhood and keep it looking clean and nice for the community. And we're here to answer any questions you might have for us.
Thank you. Do any of the commissioners have any questions for the applicant? Commissioner Uva?
Sure, I do. Do you have other locations in Downey that are already selling the wine and the beer?
I believe we have one location in Downey that's already selling beer and wine, but majority of our stores do sell beer and wine. And as we're going and renovating and putting more investment into the stores, and especially with the gas prices the way they are, we're seeking to make sure that we have those in the stores to add the extra sales to
I would
help out the stores.
I would imagine, I don't know, I'm just thinking outside of the box, but the percentage of sales for that kind of alcohol, it's not very high, is it?
It's very low. It's very low, but it does help with the overall sales and to keeping, so every little bit helps. And it's just, it's pretty standard for most of our stores. Our extra miles all sell beer and wine. I not only do GM Oil, but other stores as well, and mostly gas stations, AM, PM, Arcos.
7-Elevens, yeah.
7-Eleven. So yeah, it's pretty standard, but we're really serious. We keep our properties very clean, and we're looking, for more sites in Downey, and we're just well vested in the community. So that's where we want to stay.
Great, thank you.
Thank
That's all I
you.
have, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Duarte?
No questions for me.
Sorry.
And no questions from me either. Has there been any correspondence in favor or opposition?
No correspondence.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or opposition of the application? Seeing none, the public hearing is now closed. Does the planning staff have a recommendation?
Yes, staff recommends the Planning Commission approve conditional use permit PLN-22-00026.
As amended.
Thank you. It is now time for the Planning Commission to deliberate. Does the commission have any questions at this time, or would the commission like to discuss the item? Commissioner,
Nothing for me.
No, I'd just like to, I think we all agree here, make a motion to approve PLN-22-0026.
And I will second it.
we have a first and a second. May we have a vote, please?
Please vote. Oh, I'm so sorry. Because I'm sitting in the other chair.
Did I just go over there and vote?
Is there any way we can change it right now?
Did I just press yes?
Roll call instead? Because that's listed as Chair Ortiz's seat, so I could change it, but it'll say.
Just do recall? Roll call.
Okay, so let's just end the vote right now, and I'll go ahead and do the roll call vote instead. So we have a motion from Commissioner Duarte and a second from Commissioner Uva. Excuse me, Commissioner Uva, your vote?
Yes.
Yes. Commissioner Duarte?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Ortiz?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And this passes 3-0 with Chair Owens absent to approve PLN 22-00027 for a conditional use permit as amended.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Just to remind the applicant, the action of the Planning Commission will be final unless the matter is appealed to the City Council with appropriate fee within the next 15-day period as set forth in the City Municipal Code. Now this is time to set aside for public hearing for conditional use permit application PLN-22-00027. Does the Deputy City Clerk have proof of publication?
Okay, yes, Chair, I do. Or Vice Chair, excuse me.
Great. Will the interim community development director introduce staff making the presentation?
Our senior planner, Alfonso Hernandez, will give the presentation.
Hello again. Tonight you're being asked to consider another CUP to allow for the sale of beer and wine at an existing gasoline service station. This is an aerial of the lot outlined in red. It is located at 7360 Florence Avenue at the southwest corner of Florence Avenue and Old River School Road. The property is Zone C2. The properties to the north, east, and west are also Zone C2 and developed with commercial uses. The property directly south is Zone C1 and developed with offices and retail. Here is a photo of the site along Florence Avenue. The service station has been in operation since 1978 and operates with 4 gas pumps, so a total of 8. And the overall lot size is 18,027 square feet. The convenience store was approved in 2002. The building is 1,554 square feet and operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The applicant is hoping to add the sale of beer and wine through a Type 20 ABC license. This is again for off-site sale and prohibits a sale of spirits. These sales will only occur between 6 a.m. and 2 a.m. Here is the site plan. The convenience store is identified in blue, and the pumps are identified in the red square. Here's the floor plan. Outlined in red is the cooler. This is where the alcohol will be stored and displayed. And lastly, before I end my presentation, on this resolution as well, page 4, there'll be a modification to the title. And with that, I end my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the Planning Commission have any questions for staff? Commissioner Uva?
None.
Commissioner Duarte?
None.
And I have none. Thank you. Before I open the public hearing and call the applicant or his or her representative, this will be the time for planning commissioners to disclose any pre-hearing site visits, pre-hearing discussions that the commissioners may have had about the project. Commissioner Uva?
None.
Commissioner Duarte?
None.
And I have none. The public hearing is now open. Will the applicant or his or her representative please come forward to give testimony?
Good evening, Chair and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Sherry Olson. I'm here on behalf of GM Oil. And just wanted to reiterate that we're well invested into the community, and we have a POS system in our stores, and we take security very strictly, and we're here to answer any questions you might have. We have read the conditions of approval and concur with them.
Thank you. I think walk-in coolers are great.
Yes.
Are great. So, any commissioners have any questions for the applicant? Commissioner Ula?
None.
I just wanted to add, we do not have single cigarettes. We don't sell those. So,
Commissioner Duarte?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Has there been any correspondence in favor or opposition?
No correspondence.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or opposition of the application? Seeing none. Oh, you're good.
Okay,
Thank you. The public hearing is now closed. Does the planning staff have any recommendations?
Staff recommends the Planning Commission approve conditional use permit PLN-22-00027 as modified.
Okay, so it is now time for planning commissioners to deliberate. Does the commission have any questions at this time, or would the commission like to discuss the item? Commissioner Uva?
Nothing for me. Nothing for me.
Commissioner Duarte?
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me either. What is the pleasure of the planning commission? May I have a motion?
Motion.
I move the Planning Commission approves PLN-22-00027.
Second.
We have a first and a second. May we have vote, please?
Okay, we'll be doing roll call. So Commissioner Uva?
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Duarte?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Ortiz?
Yes.
Thank you. And the motion passes 3-0 with with Chair Owens absent to approve PLN 22-00027 for conditional use permit as amended.
Thank you. Congratulations. Just a reminder, the applicant, the action of the planning commission will be final unless the matter is appealed to the city council with appropriate fee within the next 15-day period as set forth in the city municipal code. Moving along. Now we're going to non-agenda public comment. This portion of the agenda provides an opportunity for the public to address the planning commission on non-agenda consent and other business items within the jurisdiction of the planning commission and not listed on the agenda. It is requested but not required that you state your name, address, and subject matter upon which you wish to speak. Please limit your comments for non-agenda items to no more than 4 minutes. Pursuant to the Brown Act, no discussion or action other than a brief response, referral to the city planning staff, or schedule for subsequent agenda shall be taken by the planning commission on an issue brought forth under the section. Seeing none. We have no consent calendars. So does the interim community development director have any additional comments for today's meeting?
No comments.
All right, so now we adjourn. Wow.